So months after my idea for a LEGO 16th anniversary CMF, I got some other ideas for themed CMF series. And the idea I came up after my last one is a dream series. Pretty much stuff pajamas, goofy dreams, and anything related to sleeping. Starting off this, figure 1 is Mr. Sandman. I think it would be fitting if it was the same printing as Sleepyhead with the pajamas, but recolored in pearl gold. Hair would be pearl gold as well, maybe using Doctor Who or Balin the Dwarf hair could fit well. The face would be based around the Sandman from Rise of the Guardians, or an older man with golden eyes. His accessories would be an hourglass, either fully pearl gold or pearl gold printing. Honestly, I think the piece being all gold would do, so it would be a reused piece in other sets for detail. Up next is the Tooth Fairy for figure 2. Rather than being a normal fairy with teeth, she could be a mix of a fairy and a dentist. Maybe the torso could be a normal dentist uniform, while everything else is that of a fairy. It would have a reuse and or recolor of the skirt and rings that Series 8 fairy have. The skirt would either be white or bright light blue. I like it to use Iowa hair from elves in bright yellow, however it can't work because the rings doesn't allow it. And I would also like it to reuse Harley's nurse hat, but with a tooth printing, but it looks really odd on the hair. So the other hairs could be Anna hair from Frozen or pigtails. I think I'll go with Anna hair, would look much better than the pigtails, but you guys may have a better idea, or it could be a new hair mold. The accessories are obviously a coin and a wand. The wand in gold or translight blue. To have a wizard, figure 3 is Luna the Dream Wizard. Heavy robes in bright light blue with the moon and star patterns, but design majorly different so it won't be like a reused printing from Series 12 Wizard. Maybe something like this as the idea for the design, and the legs could be Queen Amidala's legs. Same goes with the wizard cone, or can still have the same printing but the piece recolored, or some other wizard hat. Actually, maybe the witch hat hair combo could be used, with the hair being in light gray. But without a hat, the hair would be any longer wavy hair. Or if a male going by just Dream Wizard, the hair could be Sawman's hair build combo. For accessories is a simple staff. With dreams there are nightmares, and the fourth figure is the nightmare. The design would obviously be something that is dark and edgy, with black as the main color scheme. It won't be based on Harry Potter's Dementors, or else it would just feel like a reskinned Spectre. So I think the most fitting thing for nightmares would have to be furries. It would have black fur, fauna legs, gargoyle rings recolored in black, and the headwear I think have to be a wolf or fox headwear from Chima, with the headwear under it being even worse. Well, the wolf could reuse the head mold from Series 14 or Monster Fighters. However, there wouldn't be any rings. I don't know what the accessories would be, maybe claws or won't have any. Since CMF have a rule of must have a costume minifigure, the fifth is a sheep costume, since it would make sense for a dream theme. It would obviously have a new headwear mold, and either would have a sheep or a bedtime book, making a reference to some sort of bedtime storybook. For a warrior type of figure, the sixth is Dream Knight. Pretty much it's a dude with nothing but a helmet, shoulder armor, and boxers. Obviously, the bare chest with abs has already been used by many other minifigures, so to add something to it would be chest hair. The boxers could be a gold chain-like pattern and made in a way that it would also be used with beach minifigures, so it could have more uses. Armor is a hard pick. At first, it was going to be the walk armor for sand armor, but I think I'm going with the Titan robe armor the Ghost from Ninjago had. The armor would be gold while the robe in a dark blue to give more color to the figure. The helmet is either one of these 6 knight helmet in gold. I'm strongly going with the cheek protector helmet, especially since that helmet needs a color other than black. Weapons could be anything and no need to be picky. Now there are 2 figures that would have bathrobes as their pajamas. Which the first is King's bathrobe for figure 7. The robe could be in blue with a white color and gold crown patterns, having the same build, hair and face printing as the classic king in the same color. But the crown is in blue and the expression would look sleepy. Accessories is a shield instead of a sword. The shield is round in gold with no printing, or could have a lion printing. As for the other bathrobe is samurai robes for figure 8, making up the pretty boring robes from series 13 Samurai. The robe would be in magenta with glowing flowers like printing, along with it being made in a way that it would be used as a kimono to go with series 4 Kimono Girl. Face would be that series 13 Samurai with a more happy expression on one side and a tired expression on the other. The hair in a different style being Coco's chopstick hair or swap back friend's hair with a red flower on the side. Accessories is likely to be a hand fan, either a return of a dark red or just normal red. For figure 9 is Sleeping Princess. It's pretty much those simple white blouses with short sleeves, nothing really special. She would have a new molded hair for a crown, or movie Poison Ivy's hair recolored, maybe in a dark brown or dark orange, printing remaining the same. Her accessories would be flowers or teapot with flower printing. Now for the pajamas, so LEGO would have different pajamas to use whenever they need one for a LEGO movie. Figure 10 is Tired Alien, either reuse or make a new molded head. But if reuse, I would go with Classic Alien or Alien Trooper. I think they could work a lot more compared to other alien heads. The pajamas are black with stars, UFO, and or generic alien patterns. Accessories are a ray gun in gold or an alien-like teddy bear in green or gray. Figure 11 is Sleepy Vampire. Would especially be made in a way that it can be used for any skin color minifigure, so it can be Batman's pajamas as well. In a dark gray with bat pattern printings around, having the same cloth as Series 2 Vampire, the hair is either LEGO Movie Joker's hair or Elf Warrior's hair in black. Accessories would be a vampire teddy bear. Figure 12 is Tired Western. The pajama is Western related patterns with heavy horses or something. The hair for female would be a hat-tail combo of a butcher's hair from the Lone Ranger or cowgirl from Series 8. The hat be in a dark tan and the hair in orange. For the male would be a normal cowboy hat or introducing a new hat hair combo being in a dark tan and orange as well. And the accessories is a lasso. Figure 13 goes to sports pajamas, being in a dark blue or tan and basically having many different balls patterns, because sports. The figure will be having a mitt on the left hand. The cap is the one used on the 2 baseball figure from Series 3 or 10, but in a plain red or gray. If a female could use the new hair cap combo with the hair in black. Maybe also a baseball bat in black or dark orange, but just the mitt is good enough. 14th figure is Tired Conductor, having a music note pattern with a conductor jacket with a tuxedo tail cloth in black. The hair for female would be Banshee's hair or a tasseled hair for either both genders in tan, which I would go with the Hobbit's hair. The accessories would be a music note tile with a bow, or any instrument accessories like a saxophone. Figure 15 is Baker's Pajamas. Pink with strawberry patterns, no question about it. Having either a chef hat hair combo for female or new chef hat hair combo mold for males. If either of the two, then a larger high bun for female or straight cut and a short ponytail for males in black. Figure 16, all-night video game guy, wearing green, but the pattern is pretty hard to pick. Maybe 1-ups and stars or 8-bit hearts all around. The hair will 100% be the hair headphone combo. Could be a reused color or with my pick, dark orange with black headphones. Accessories could be a controller or video game case of a made-up game or referencing an old original LEGO game. The case would be a book piece. And the 17th figure is Bedtime Zombie for those who want some zombies. The zombie would either be wearing pajamas, boxers, or robes. One of the 3 being pretty generic or like one of the other figures on this list with a damaged undead look to it. The boxers I have a huge feeling will be unlikely. The hair would be Bellatrix's hair for female, Dog Show's hair or Emmett's hair for males, or one of the minifigures from this list hair in a dark tan. Accessories would be an undead teddy bear aka Maggie's bear recolored in grey, or meat. Figure 18 goes to Metal Pig, just to have something really goofy. The pig is of rock and wool. It could have a new molded head of a pig, or reuse Piggy Guy's headwear. But I think a Gamorrean guard would do. Despite it being a licensed head, it would be a good risk, and to change of printing would make it a Gamorrean. Instead of green skin, it would have the skin of a normal pig. The teeth and horn would be white, and the armor would be silver. The fur would be dark tan with the leg printing heavy fur patterns. The accessories will be a mic because I have a feeling this mold would be too much. Or the other accessories, if the Gamorrean piece wasn't used, would be a dark green guitar of the ML type. Figure 19 is Sleepy Bear. It's either a bear costume with a new mold or a humanoid bear reusing the bear mask from Chima. Would either wear pajamas or not wearing any at all. But the pajamas would be heavy bee patterns. The accessories is obviously the beehive or reusing the bumblebee pot from Series 10. Same printing and either same color piece or recoloring in the dark tan. And lastly for figure 20 is Tribal Mother. I thought of this one in the last second and replaced one of the not very best choices with this. This would be another female version for someone to make a pack of tribal Native Americans. It's likely that the hair will be the same tribal hair as the last tribal collectible minifigures, which nowadays that hair have been exclusive to collectible minifigures. Though it would be good if it was some other hair, like a recolor of one of the Indians' hair from the Lone Ranger, Vitruvius hair, or that longer hair with a headband. The face paint of this one maybe could be around the eyes, like the tomahawk warrior, instead of around the cheeks. Accessories is a dream catcher and a transparent 1x2 tile, and either one of the two versions of the baby minifigure. So gathering all my pick together are Mr. Sandman, Tooth Fairy, Dream Wizard, Nightmare, Sheep Costume, Dream Knight, King's Bathrobe, Samurai Robe, Sleepy Princess, Tired Alien, Sleepy Vampire, Tired Western, Sports Pajama, Tired Conductor, Baker Pajama, All Night Video Game Guy, Bedtime Zombie, Metal Pig, Sleepy Bear, and Tribal Mother. The pajama would be good for stop motion for a person to make a quick grab or two, instead of buying one off eBay or Bricklink, or win the series and can get the cheapest one of the series on eBay or Bricklink. This would be good for any LEGO movie in the future, like the Vampire Pajama for a LEGO Batman movie sequel, or LEGO Winnie the Pooh the movie. So what are your thoughts about my pick, and what are your ideas for a dream-themed series, and what kind of a goofy thing you could come up for it? Leave it in the comments below.